This is a Algebra 2 question, and it says fin. It should say find. How am I going to fix that? Okay, not find the inverse, but find. I can't leave it just like that, so I'm going to just, whoa, man. Hold on, let me move it so it's not fin, but find. I don't know what fin the inverse would mean. Find. There. Find the inverse of this relation using the composition of functions. Well, I'm going to find the inverse and then I'll verify it with composition of functions. I don't know really what it means to find the inverse of one relation using a composition of functions. I think they mean to verify it. So if this is the relation, then the inverse of the relation is just going to be the y is going to lead to the x. So it's going to be, let me zoom out a little bit so I have room. It's going to be 6, -8. I almost put the wrong thing there. -2, 6. In other words, I'm just turning the points around. What was x is y, what was y is x. And -3, 7. Now here's where the composition of functions comes in. r minus 1, should equal x. Whatever x I start with, it should spit out. And then if I take r minus 1 of r, should also equal the original x. So in other words, let me look at the inside function first. I start at 6. The output from r negative 1 is -8. So that's my input in the r function. And -8 goes to 6. It went back to 6. Check. That's what it should do. It should spit out the original value of x. r negative 1 of -2. So -2 is the starting value. And it spits out 6. Here I go into the r function, the outer function. 6 spits out -2. It's back to -2. Check. It did what it's supposed to do. Whatever the original x I put in this case -2, once I get it through the inverse function and then, or inverse relation, and then the original relation should come out with the same value, -2. So now -3 in the inverse relation gives 7. 7 in the relation gives -3. Back to the original. Check. And now I'm going to do it the other way. I'll do the relation first. -8 gives 6. 6 gives -8. Back to -8. Check. 6 gives -2. -2 gives 6. Back to 6. Check. 7 gives -3. -3 back to 7. Check. So I found the inverse function, just switch the x and y values, or inverse relation rather. And then here's the composition of functions, or composition of relations, to verify that they are in fact inverses.